served. And I haven't been in the state since the beginning of this week. So prior to me even knowing this stuff goes on. Now, people are passing around that Katie has a warrant for her arrest, and that's what it looks like because it has her date of birth, her height, her weight, and an ex parte warrant. I have an order of protection all on the same day. Walk through to set it up now, so we'll just have to keep going. Because once I get back to the house, I have to ask the judge. Like, the judge is going to ask her, has she came around you? What has she done to threaten you? You know, she's going to have to say, oh, she won't quit. She keeps thinking, so she's on her channel talking about it. That's not good enough for an arrest warrant. It's not good enough for harassment. That I physically have to be harassing her, which I'm not. I'm on my own channel with my own commentary. I'm doing my own investigative reporting. And so I don't know if it's for me or if it's for her, but either way, it doesn't really matter. Their first opportunity to arrest me is going to be on the vigil. And whatever the case may be, we'll going after them for some serious damages. Because you cannot sit there and violate somebody's constitutional rights of freedom. Okay, sorry about that. I had to change to the internet here. And then, of course, I took my glasses off and haven't put them back on yet, so I can't even hardly see chat. No, it wasn't spinning. I was trying to set up my Wi-Fi. So I don't know what games they're playing, but I have to think that this is the hate channels giving them advice instead of law firms giving them advice. Because if it was law firms, they would have went through an attorney, which she didn't do. It doesn't really matter because I will deal with this when I get to the court. And believe me, there's going to be a lawsuit literally initiated against Katie with a immediate and emergency injunction, because what she's doing is she's violating the law. And she can't say I harassed her one bit. I've never even spoken to the lady. I have never even been within 500 feet of this woman. Okay? This is a flat out lie. So I don't know, she can't sit there and say I'm harassing her by talking about her on my channel. And she can't say that I'm harassing her by going to Walmart and asking them to look for her son. So whatever game she's playing, she's about to have her ass burnt. Katie has a warrant. Smiley showed it. That's what I was saying. But Nick Barris wrote this thing, which he deleted, stating that it was for this harassment. I've got an order of protection that's being delivered to me for this horse shit. I don't even know who it's from, whether it's Katie or whether it's somebody else. But if it's Katie and she just lied under oath to get an order of protection, then she's got some problems, because you can't lie under oath. It is a class A misdemeanor to lie under oath, and there's no way she could ever say that I am a threat to her. I've never been within 500 feet of this lady. I've never spoken to this lady. I've never knocked on her door. I've never knocked on her neighbor's door. I drove on a public road. I heard another channel a few days ago was Chris went to Louisiana. I heard on another channel a few days ago was that Chris went to Louisiana. Well, there you go. And I've been home up until Monday night when my dog was attacked, and I went over to my mother's, but I had already planned this trip. I mean, I even notified QB's attorney that I would be out the last week of the month into the first week of the new month. So it's like, it's a temporary order of protection from Katie. Well, that's what I've got. But there's literally an active warrant that has her description, her name, her description on it, her height and weight. I mean, it's like her date of birth, and everybody's trying to say that this has something to do with me. I don't have a warrant for my arrest. There's no way anybody would ever have enough information like that. I don't break the law. And I damn sure haven't harassed this lady. commentary on my channel does not constitute harassment. Going into her community and searching does not constitute harassment. Like, I literally physically have to harass this lady. I haven't even spoken to her. Smiley said the person on the phone, they said they think it's a criminal warrant, and she asked it if it was a civil or criminal warrant. Yeah. So I have literally earthly no idea, but it doesn't really matter. I'm still here in Tennessee. They can come and arrest me if they want to. You know, if that's really what it raises to, we'll bond out of jail and she'll be filed with a lawsuit. Not only that, but she just had somebody arrested that committed no crimes. Can you imagine the damages that I will seek for that? Literally, the damages alone will sink their ship. Like, you just had somebody falsely arrested under false pretenses. Like, it's going from being just a Class A misdemeanor to being so much more. And if they're fabricating any type of information and they're presenting it to the court under oath, they've got some major problems, because there's no way they could ever have anything like I've harassed anybody. I haven't even spoken to the lady. I haven't even, like, the only time I spoke to Chris is when he reached out to me to let me know that he didn't, like, there was somebody acting like him saying they were going to sue me or something like that. She would have maybe a civil suit. She wouldn't win, but she may have a civil suit, but definitely not a criminal one. I talk on my own channel. I'm in Florida. What threat? She lied. If it's Katie Proudfoot, she lied under oath, and she will be served with a civil suit. I'm over it. I've already made my decision. It will not be granted. No, it won't be granted. She's literally has to prove her case. She's got to show the judge. What is she going to do? Show them me in my car driving around on a public road? I've never even spoke to the lady. And Nick Barris needs to do a little more fact checking before he opens his frickin' trap, because he has no clue what he's talking about. I have done literally nothing. I posted flyers one day. That was over a month ago. Over a month ago. So it's not trespassing like everybody said I was doing, right? It's for harassment. I've never spoken to this lady or her husband. I've invited them on my show publicly. Like, this lady is going to be in all kinds of trouble. I don't know who she's advising. She may try to think she's slick, but I'm telling you, no siree, Bob. This just sounds like you're getting close. Yeah, it does sound like I'm getting close, because why, out of everybody that's searching, they're not hitting Terry Lynn up, they're not hitting Crabtree up, they're not hitting Don B up, they're not hitting Smiley's World up, they're going after Bullhorn Betty? Because why? I'm actually shaking trees. I'm actually going out and asking people questions. That's my job. Nick is the king of misinformation. Yeah, Katie doesn't want Sebastian found. No. And not only that, but they're about to open themselves up to a mess of discovery. A mess of discovery. Because they are going to have to prove that I was harassing them. And not only that, but the civil suit I'm going through, I will have just cause for what I'm about to do. I think Katie did this because she's trying to keep people from finding her son. Yeah, but we're hitting, like, even in where I was, you know, in Mississippi, right? Where I was in Mississippi is, I can tell you based on everything, I put it all together. Like, he had gotten his contract in December. He started his job January. He was going back and forth from his job and staying there on the weekends. But I kept hitting out. I couldn't understand why. It's because they'd never been back. Criminal can get nervous and make mistakes when someone is close. Yeah. Well, they're about to open a whole can of worms, and you know, they've got money, so they're not going to be able to bankruptcy themselves out of this one. You know, they've got assets, so you know, it doesn't really matter. They literally, if and I'll go there and have them arrest me, and I will bond right out, because I'm telling you, the civil suit over this is going to be massive. You can't just have somebody thrown in jail because you don't like their commentary on their channel. And this makes me even believe more and more that Chris and Katie are responsible for the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers. They try to run everybody off. They even tried to run me off. And I don't run off very easily. Yep, a real good one. Yeah. Wait, were you? No, I'm not. I didn't get arrested, but somebody's passing around this warrant. It has all of her description on it. It has her name, her date of birth, her height, her weight, and it says warrant ex parte. So wouldn't that be my name, my height and weight, my description for that warrant ex parte? She's in a motel. Not a cell. No, I am on a cell. I have to be getting close. But I can tell you, I don't feel like he's anywhere in Memphis. I can tell you that because, again, there was only one gas station that remotely, vaguely remembers seeing Chris, and it was a long time ago, he said. It would have been a long time ago. So that means they really haven't been in that area in a significant amount of time. It is you have the same page. Nick reposted his statement. I couldn't see. I went back and looked for the statement and I didn't see it. But Nick needs to be cognizant of it too, because first of all, I have never been around these people. I have never held a conversation with them. I've never stopped them in a grocery store. I don't know where they are at. Unless somebody takes a picture of them in a restaurant and me get it from social media, I have no idea where they're at. Period. None. Nick Barris updated his statement and posted it a couple minutes ago. Well, I don't have a way of looking at it because I literally just checked right before I came on here and I didn't see it. Yeah, Nick took it down. Yeah, he posted something in Facebook. I got a screenshot of it, but it was immediately deleted. He's a sellout. It would be stressed. I would be stressed. I'm not stressed out. I'm pissed off. Like, how dare you try to stop my constitutional rights? And if this is something that Sumner County is associated with or concocted all this so they didn't have to deal with that protest in front of their sheriff's office, that's a violation of constitutional rights. And as a matter of fact, I will file a complaint with the state attorney's office as well. Just to cover all bases. Might as well. I literally just saw that on TikTok, but there were two, one for you and one for KP. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's mistaking this up because I do have a letter of protection or an order of protection. For me, it was an emergency. Ex parte means they only give you this for, I think, like maybe 2 weeks. And then they have to serve somebody and force them to come in there. But the problem is they waited too late and I was already out of the state when they tried to serve me. And so had I been served, I would have been required to come here on the 8th. But now that I'm not served and I'm not going to be served by the 8th, they're going to have to refile and have me. But on the 8th, she's going to have to go into court, and they're going to see that the paperwork was not served because they have not served the paperwork to me. In Florida, you got to be physically served. In any court proceeding, you have to be physically served without a court, unless there's a court order for some other type of service. So when she goes in there, well, she's going to have to go in on the 8th if it is her. And the judge is going to have to ask her to proffer something to prove that this needs to be extended. You can't just say, oh, I don't like her commentary on her channel. You can't say that I've harassed her because I haven't even spoken with her. I don't even think I've been within 1,000 feet of the lady. I've never seen her in person. I don't know how in the world. This is all absolute lies, but it doesn't matter. We'll deal with it in the courts. And when I get arrested, I'm telling you, they are going to have a shit ton of lawsuits. I'm telling you. Oh my God. Like there's going to be a mess. It doesn't really matter. Once I get the paperwork and I find out it's her, I'm immediately filing a lawsuit. I'm immediately filing a lawsuit that day. I'm going to file it in her court and have her served at her home. And it's going to be for abusive process. It's going to be for every single thing possible. and I'm going to force, and I'm going to literally, she's going to have some problems because they can't deal with all of this. I'm going to tell you. And her attorney might be slick, but that's okay. She's about to pay that attorney some money. My damn head's spinning. Yeah. She lied under oath to a judge. But we'll find out. Because I'm telling you, there's something not right with that, because it's in her name, with her description, her height and weight, her date of birth. Not mine. It says nothing about my name. The only thing under my name is the order of protection paperwork, which I would have came here and she would never have gotten it. They're trying to intimidate me, and they don't realize I really don't give a shit. They cannot stop me. They cannot stop and hinder my freedom of speech, my freedom of movement. They may be able to get a small little victory with the crap that they've got, but I can guarantee you in the long haul, it's not going to be a win for them at all, because what they're doing is illegal as hell. So much for her following the law, Miss Army or Navy lady. Yeah, I'm doing absolutely nothing wrong. I'm staying within the confines of freedom of press. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm talking about the case, and I have every right to think that they did something to their son. And I'm going to say it again. I know for a fact Katie is lying through her teeth. I know for a fact Chris is lying through his teeth. They can sue me for defamation if need be. But what they can't do is throw me in jail because of my opinions. You don't show up, it will be granted. They have to serve. It's a legal process. You guys, I'm not even going to... Arguing with people that know nothing about the process is ridiculous. They have to serve me. You can't just not serve somebody and move along with the process. It's a legal process. There's certain things that have to be done. If I was avoiding being served, that's one thing. But I can literally prove when I booked I can literally prove by evidence when I sent my letter to QB's attorney, when I booked my room, where I was going to be, how long I was going to be there, where I was going to go after that, where I'm going after this. You know, I can prove all of this because it's not like it's willy-nilly. This is all planned well in advance. So, all the Chris family lies. Yeah, they do. Nick Barris posted it. It's Facebook 16 minutes ago. Well, let me go read it. Hold on. I'll be right back. That's all I got to say. So if they're going to prosecute me for harassment, they're going to have an uphill battle, and I'm doing an emergency injunction. So they can have good luck with that, because what they're doing is violating my civil rights, period. So maybe we'll start a fund. Maybe we'll start a lawyer fund, because I'll just hire an attorney for Tennessee. I mean, I can't think something like this is going to cost that much, maybe $5,000, you know, at most. Because it's all a lie, and it can all be substantiated. So they're doing intimidation. That's exactly what it is. It's absolutely intimidation. But that's okay. Now that I know who it is, I'm filing a lawsuit against them. How could she spend 5 months on an yeah, I know, 5-month anniversary, and she tries to have me come down there for this BS. She's going to have to prove her case. She's going to have to prove her case. Yes, she is. And the countersuit, we got some problems. Your subs are now going to pay. Good grief. I hope that, and not just deleted, I hope they're barred, hide from this channel. You guys paid for Queen Bees, didn't you? $70,000. Mine's $5,000. That's a drop in the bucket, but I'll call an attorney and get an idea of the cost. And we'll go ahead and just have an attorney deal with this. I'll deal with this civil suit myself unless he's willing to do the counterclaim. Nah, because of which, yeah, here. I can barely read. You have video to prove. I do have video to prove that he was the one following me. I've got him following me for 30 minutes. I didn't see you do anything. Yeah, they can't, I'm telling you, I did not break the law, not one little bit. And she can only say that she doesn't like my commentary on my channel, because as far as harassing somebody You have to physically harass them. I don't go around these people. So no matter what you say, she has lied through her teeth on an official document before the court and testified under oath to be true, accurate, and correct. So she's going to have to go to court on the 8th, and we'll see where it goes from there. So if they reissue it for me to appear, whenever I've got to appear, I will appear. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not appearing there without an attorney, and she's going to have one hell of a civil suit because what she just did was lie under oath. There's no way she can tell this attorney or tell anybody that she's in fear for her safety. I've never even seen the lady. She knows what I look like and I know what she looks like, but we've never even held a conversation, let alone harassment. Betty, you are in the nightstand strong. Thank you for what you do. I think so too. You are getting close to the truth. This is a distraction. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be more of a distraction for them because they just opened themselves up for discovery. And that was a stupid fucking thing to do. They're idiots. Just because you got money doesn't mean you got freaking brain cells. You don't have to be with a person. You cyberbully. No, I don't. I do not. I don't even reach out to them. Do you know what cyberbullying is? You gotta literally go read the law. You know what? Ignorance. I can't with ignorant people. Please go read the law. Go look up what constitutes cyberbullying, for the love of God. Me talking about somebody on my channel is covered under the First Amendment. I do not say anything. I do not send people out there. You know, it's ridiculous. I pray daily for God. It doesn't matter. I'll deal with it. Right? They're what are they saying? Oh my gosh, poor Betty's gonna be arrested. You guys can go pick out one of like 10 freaking photos of me of a mugshot for me. This lady has just sunk her damn boat. She's a freaking idiot. All this makes them look even more guilty. It does make them look more guilty. They're freaking idiots. Betty has looked more for Sebastian than his own mother. Yeah. Yeah, but I think what it is she's trying to get the thing for Sebastian, the raising of the voices for Sebastian, because one of the things that we're calling for is Seth to be cleared because he's got an airtight alibi, and they don't want that. So they're doing everything they can, but either way you look at it, you can't lie to a court for the ends to a means. I mean, you're committing crimes, but I guess she murdered her kids, so it probably doesn't matter, you know, allegedly, right? So nobody knows where her kid is. She can't produce her son. Her son didn't walk out of the house. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science here. And by me saying that, it's a civil, not even criminal. Like it doesn't matter. We'll deal with it when I get the paperwork. I will deal with it at that time. But I can tell you 100% without a doubt, I've never harassed that lady. There is not a court of law in the United States of America that will not throw this case completely, utterly out on its face. Not a court of law. I've never even met this lady in person. How could I possibly, you guys need to look up what harassment entails. It doesn't entail somebody talking on their channel. It doesn't entail somebody covering a case. This is Nick Barris should be very, very concerned because this is freedom of press that they're trying to violate. Sebastian didn't walk out of the home. Yeah. And I'll say it again loud and clear. And if they want to arrest me each and every time I say it, then I guess we're just going to be paying a lot of bail money. Because they're not going to stop my mouth from running. I can use my mouth any way I choose on my own body. It's my body, my choice. How's Delilah? Oh, she's doing good, which reminds me I need to call my mom. It's getting late. So, like I said, I'll deal with it when it gets here. But I can promise you it's not going to end well. And maybe this is the whole plan, is to have 2 lawsuits at once because Queen Bee needs some proof that, oh, look what she does, even though it's all bullshit. So if your friends, these creators talk the Chris and Katie into this, they did it for their own benefit as a pawn. They were freaking pawns because they're never going to be able to prove this case in a court of law. And I can prove a lot of stuff, and I will start collecting phone records as well. That is something I'm entitled to, and I will find out who they've been speaking with. Because I have a funny feeling this is going to go back to the same group of people. As always, everything that has to do with this, these people are stupid. You think it's about what you say here? What about your actions you did in person? But they're not trying to get me for trespassing. They're trying to get me for harassment. You can't constitute harassment by posting a sign on a pole and never coming back again. That doesn't constitute harassment. Do you not understand how the law works? Just because you think that that's what rises to the level, you honestly think me posting a flyer on a pole is an arrestable offense in the United States of America? Are you really that stupid? It's a distraction. I told you that. It's all trying to get away from Sebastian. It's not going to stop me. They tried to stop me. They didn't stop my work. And she's probably pissed off that she's going to have to go to court because she didn't drag me in there. And she's going to have to go to court and produce all this information to get this protective order extended. And how are you going to extend a protective order when, one, I've never met you, two, you have literally no evidence of harassment. You have me driving around your home over a month ago, and I posted flyers of your son. That's what you constitute as harassment? That is a major problem, a huge red flag, as if they didn't look guilty enough. No, they can't. But they're still going to screw with the court system. They're abusing the process of the court system. And they lied under oath because there's no, if she said under any statement that I have harassed her in any way, then she has committed an A class A misdemeanor. And and that's for perjury. Why do so many of you have a problem with her trying to help? Exactly, because what they wanted is they wanted the arrest. This was all smoke and mirrors for content. As you notice, all of them knew that this was going on, and they were waiting for it to happen because I bet you anything, some trailer trash piece of crap probably got a bug in Katie's ear saying that this was a good idea, not playing the tape through, or the consequences that would ensue for lying under oath. Yeah, they have time. They have time to try to hunt me down, but not their son. But that's what Terry Bowersox did, and we've got him on camera. So I don't know how they're going to justify this. I really don't. But I'm putting my trust in the justice system. She's going to have to show up on the 8th. They did not properly serve me. I know about the case, but I don't even know who. We don't even know if this was Katie. We're just hearing it because let's face it. There's a warrant that says Katie's description on it. Nick Barris is the one that's saying it's for a harassment complaint. I've never harassed the lady, so if it's a harassment complaint, it couldn't possibly be me. So it might be two different things. Just saying. But I will tell you, if they put handcuffs on me, the civil suit's going through the roof. Again, KP is changing the narrative. This is about finding Sebastian. CP made her do it, in my opinion. He probably did because he's too much of a coward to do it himself. But I heard he's not even in the state. I heard he's in Louisiana or something like that. That's just what I heard. But he might be in Louisiana to do work because I'm telling you, I don't think he's working at St. Jude's. I really don't. I bet you they didn't tell her I'm an investigative reporter either. I will tell you, Betty, in her message, if I can, I accidentally came upon something going down. I'm having a hard time reading this. It's too small. It's house to me. What they don't want us to find. I think they are close to the house. I think Sebastian is somewhere in that area. I think he's in Sumner County. I think he's either near Hendersonville in Gallatin or in White House. Chris grew up in White House. You know, and everybody that I've talked to about them and everything like that have reached out to me with information, and I make them verify who they are. So it's not like I'm even reaching out to people for information. They're reaching out to me because I'm covering this case and they want to send me information about either Chris or Katie. Well, it's a case I'm covering, so naturally I'm going to look at it. You obviously haven't been to court in Gallatin for your seatbelt on because you are in for a ride of your. It doesn't matter. They have to follow the law. I mean, the bottom line is that they have to follow the law, and a judge takes their job very, very seriously. You guys live in a fantasy world. Like, these judges are not crackpots, okay? You know, they deal with this stuff all the time. They know the situation with Katie. She's going to have to prove I have made contact with her for harassment. She can't even prove she's even seen me anywhere. Oh, except on her camera, posting a flyer. One time she's seen me. She could have ever caught me on her camera. Like, literally one time. Betty, you didn't do I didn't do anything wrong. I'm not going to keep justifying. Everybody sees. It's a Class D felony in Tennessee. Exactly. So, I mean, she's done. If she's done this, she's done tipped over the apple cart. I can tell you that. That is just. I can't believe she'd be so stupid. I really can't. I really can't. But, like I said, I'll find out. She's got to go to court, and as soon as she proffers even more testimony under oath and it's a lie, then that's going to be. But I don't see how she can even meet her burden. She's never she's never seen me in public. And you can't produce one video and say that somebody stuck a sign on a utility post as your justification for harassment. You can't do it. This is pure intimidation. They're trying to intimidate me. I'm not going to be intimidated. Actually, I'm going to be just the opposite. I will willingly be arrested in the state of Tennessee. I will absolutely willingly be arrested in the state of Tennessee, because the civil suit after that will be so severe that they literally had somebody arrested for lying under oath that it would actually, that's where it goes up to a Class D felony. So she would be committing literally a felony. But again, she did something to her son, so I don't think she cares about committing crimes. She's committed enough as is, if you ask me. She's got nothing to lose, you know? So I should probably be more in fear of her than she is of me. I mean, I'm a little 5 foot nothing, you know? I haven't even talked to the lady. You seem intimidated by you rambling right now. Well, they probably do feel intimidated by me rambling right now. Freedom of speech, respectfully, absolutely. So I don't know what they were expecting to accomplish with this, but if they're trying to get me arrested, I'll willingly get arrested. I have no problem doing that. Not one bit whatsoever. Won't be the first time. Like I said, it won't be the last time. But I can promise you the civil suit is going to be massive. You can't do this to somebody. And you can't lie and have somebody thrown in jail. So, and then they'll get a counter. Yeah, it's not even a countersuit. Like they will have to deal with the Justice Department themselves. It doesn't make any sense. Why does she have a? I don't think they have a warrant. I think it might be read wrong. But I will tell you, they can do whatever they want. I've already been there. I don't talk to them. I don't go near them. So they're lying. They're absolutely lying. We have your back, BHB. Well, I hope law enforcement's watching it. They can kiss my ass too. You know, quite frankly. But I'll go there willingly. Let me find out they're monkeying around with it. You know? Because I know that they watch me. They watch what I'm doing. But I knew there was going to be some F stuff coming up because I'm trying to do this gathering of voices. And what they don't want to see is a whole bunch of people out there demanding answers. That's what they don't want to see. Because they're so offended that somebody might think they're doing it so much so, well, I'm not the one changing their story every 5 minutes. They are. Since the day why is it won't stay up? TN nurse says since the day is exactly 5 months from the day he went missing. Could this be nego court? Nego court? I think you meant negligent charge. I don't know. But you know what? It is funny that she likes the 26th, doesn't she? Her son disappeared on the 26th. 5 months later, she's trying to get a content creator that's doing investigative journalism on their case. I've never talked to them, never harassed them. They can never say that under oath. They can't even say they've received an email from me. I've got like literally, I can put a screenshot of my conversation with Chris months ago. Yeah, and she's speaking facts. They want to keep their narrative going. Betty stays hated on because she's doing something right. Yeah, exactly. But no good deed goes unpunished. She filed a PO against you. What the hell? That's crazy. Yeah, she's gonna have to explain it to the judge. If the judge extended it a second time, then I'm gonna contact the state attorney, like the state attorney. Not their district attorney. What does Seth have to say about all of this? Well, when we were out to lunch earlier today, it was just, we talked a little bit about the protective order or something like that. And I told them, I said, well, I'll deal with it when I get back home. I mean, they still have to properly serve me, which they haven't, because again, I'm not in the state, and everything on my end doesn't show me who the party is, and everybody's trying to tell me it's Katie, but on my end, it doesn't tell me who the party is. So until I know who the party is, I can't face my accuser, until I'm served, and I haven't been served because I'm not home and haven't been home for a week. Seth needs to get an attorney. Well, I think that at some point that's going to be, yeah, she is afraid. She's afraid of somebody uncovering the truth. I want her video last night just to see what was going on there, and she showed something saying she's taking VHB to court. I think she's crazy. I'm not subscribed to her. Who's taking me to court, Linda? Because I'm thinking these are two separate things. But they may not be. Either way, the truth can't stay hidden forever. No, it can't. And they can do whatever they need to do, but she's lying through her teeth. Yeah, still in Tennessee. Why would I leave? I've got no reason to. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't committed a crime. So why would I leave? If they need to arrest me, they can arrest me. Again, I'll bond out, and they will be, I'm telling you, she lied under oath. Someone said your name is on the record there to look it up. Yeah, I do have my name, but it's for the protective order that needs to be served to me in Florida, which apparently they tried to serve to me, but I was already out of the state. And but see, on my end, when I look up my name, it doesn't say who the party is. And when you look up Katie's name, you see an ex parte warrant with her information. So it's very, very confusing. They can serve you there. Well, then have them serve me there. Here, Jack. Again, I ain't running from nothing. They can serve me wherever I'm at. They've got it. Serve me. Oh, poor Katie. We question. Yeah. But you know what? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise, because I think we'll get more answers this way anyways. Because they can't stop me from suing her. They can't stop me from getting discovery. Anyways, when's the gathering? The gathering's on the 26th. I'll be there at Sumner County Sheriff. No better place to arrest me than right there, don't you think? Yeah, I know. Well, you know what we could do? We could start doing a writing campaign to the courts by the 8th and just let them know that this is a lie, if it is. I mean, again, I haven't been served with anything. I don't know anything about nothing. other than what's being posted on social media. And I'm sorry, that's not good enough for the courts. Tit for tat, she's trying to say I harassed her. I've never even talked to the lady. Discovery would just be you harassing them. Oh, God. You guys are so stupid. Or you know what? Get off here. I even put that. Anybody that talks trash, you know what? We got this on 5 days. Just go ahead and hit them. Just clear them out. Block them. I don't have time for their BS. I'm not going to argue with idiots. He's doing well. Hopefully he can go back to work soon. That's what he's hoping his doctor releases him. Well, you got to remember, Katie's probably going crazy, stir crazy, because everybody knows she did something with her kid. You know, there's no evidence that the boy walked out, and I don't give a rat's ass what Nick Barris says, whether they've been cooperative or not. They have not been cleared of this crime. Why can't they clear Chris and Katie? Why can't they clear them? Okay? I don't care about cooperation. The bottom line is there's no evidence of this child walking out of their home. Should have said elect. I don't know what that word is. It could be they have been waiting for the car for certain time frame to serve her for negligent. It was 5 months to the day. Huh? Possibly. I don't know. Why would we want to talk to her for what? Why would I know? Hey, I offered her to come on the channel and clear the air, but hey, you know, and I said it publicly. I've never even reached out to them. I don't even think by communication. I mean, outside of Chris reaching out to me, I think I reached out to him one time. I can't remember. I've got to go back to the messenger. I haven't seen even the messenger since I think March. Yeah, it says file. Well, she definitely likes to utilize the court systems improperly. This time it's going to bite her in her ass. Yeah, I know it was the 26th. So we'll see how it all rolls. If and when I get served with a protective order to appear when they can properly serve me, I will appear in court. I can tell you I'm bringing a whole bunch of receipts because she's going to have to prove I harassed her. How is she going to prove I harassed her? She doesn't like my commentary? Oh, fucking well. Don't like my commentary. Nobody's forcing you to watch it. You know? So, Katie and Chris, this is not about you. It's about your son. Well, apparently it's all about Betty, don't you know? So, we'll deal with it when it gets there. Betty, I don't understand why my PayPal has charged. I was gifted a membership. You're talking to the wrong person. You're gonna have to call Google or YouTube or whatever. I have no earthly idea. I don't know. I don't have gifted memberships. I don't really go on a lot of people. Oh, excuse me. A lot of people's channels. Yeah, that month really gave her complex everything, food, attention. Sheesh. Yeah. I wish Katie would just tell us what happened that night. You know, we do have a flashlight going to the car. Oh, Nick Barris's video. I've been talking about Nick Barris's video. Why hasn't he been charged with harassment for producing the video? Because I'm using his video to commentate on. But I would love to see the judge's face when I tell him I've never met this lady. I've never spoken to this lady. I've never been around this lady. How can I possibly be harassing this lady? My commentary is protected under my constitutional rights. Me moving freely through that county and talking to whomever I choose to talk to is my right. They cannot prevent me from doing that. Any judge with a freaking scalp would have knowledge of that. You can't do that. It's illegal. But it's all for clicks and views. So I just hope Chris and Katie, whoever talked you into doing this, you were stupid and you were a pawn for them to make money off you. Just FYI, because at the end of the day, it's not going to stop what I'm doing at all, because I have never been around you. And even if they gave me an order of protection to stay 500 feet away from you, guess what? I've never been around you. I already stay that far away from you. So again, Moot point here. Never talked to the woman. Never talked to her husband. I've texted with him. I think we've had 3 messages between us. Months ago. It's KP requesting the order of protection against you. You were lucky that it's the only one. Oh, good gracious! You know what? Go. You guys are so eager to try to get me in trouble. Your whole clan of misfits that it's absolutely appalling and disgusting that you guys continuously break the law and encourage other people to do so as well. That's what bothers me about this, because she knows as well as I know that I've broken no laws. And this is literally just for content for these creators to say, oh, look what Betty did, you know, trying to do this whole Turtle Boy thing. But Turtle Boy literally stalked people. He was literally in their face at their baseball games. I have never even seen these people in real life. Again, she lied under oath. Why are such evil people who are apparently don't want to know? Because they never cared about Sebastian. The people on here that are arguing with it only want clicks and views. That's all they care about, because I don't even know why. They don't even get paid for clicks and views because their commentary is so trashy. They can't even get advertisement. And that's really the only clicks and views that matter, is for advertisement. You know, they get paid by people paying them to listen to them bitch for hours, which is insane for me. I don't make you guys do that. I give you guys good content. You guys watch. I get paid by ad revenue. That's how I roll. They don't want you near the camp. Well, I was already down at the campground. Too bad. A day late and $1 short. I even got a picture to prove it. And again, they weren't there. I wasn't harassing. I never even walked on the property. I stayed on public property. They cannot do that. Like this lady has lost her freaking coconuts. Sorry, the streets of the USA can be walked, driven. Exactly. That's why I said I'm not worried about it. They're going to get whatever they're going to get out of this story, but at the end of the day, Chris and Katie are probably going to be paying for this story for their friends to have their little clicks and views for some time, because again, I've never harassed these people. Never, not once, have harassed these people. And I'd love for her to have to tell the judge that she's never even spoke to me and never has seen me. She's never seen me. Her father-in-law has seen me, because he's the one that stalked me for 30 minutes and tried to intimidate me. And we caught that all on camera. So, again, it's more looking bad for them than it is for me. So, get your ha-has and your hee-hees from all the hate channels, but everybody knows that you guys are up to no good all the time. And like I said, Katie and Chris went to these hate channels because they are wanting them to protect. They are the trashiest channels that only protect criminals. So why are they going to them for help? And why are those trashy channels the ones with this breaking story from Chris and Katie? Because Chris and Katie went to them for protection. But they don't realize these people are freaking felons and criminals themselves. So everything they're going to advise them to do is going to be criminal in nature. We have a stellar track record. Delphi Allen arrested, Idaho Koberger arrested. It's only a matter of time. Exactly, Sasha. KP is scared of you. You are close to finding the truth. I've got to be close to something. I've never had anybody lie under oath like this. I mean, I expect it from, like, you know, trailer trash like QB and her clan, but I don't expect it from, you know, Katie and Chris. I absolutely did not believe that they would jeopardize themselves. I thought they were smarter than this. I really did. Well, we're going to find them. And hopefully Nick Barris gets his facts straight. And I hope he better never say my name out of his mouth. Sorry, I'm trying to do this. I didn't know I could. Look at that. I didn't know I could do that. It's interesting. Lots of smart people here, yeah. So anyways, that's where I'm going with it. Chris and Katie lied through their freaking teeth. Or Katie did. I don't know if Chris even knows she did something this stupid. But either way, I've never even met this lady. I've never called her. I've never showed up anywhere she's been at. I've never even been within 500 to 1,000 feet of this lady as is. So I could really care less if they have an order of protection or not, because at the end of the day, I haven't been around this lady. You know, I live in Florida. I definitely have not been harassing them from Florida. I make no telephone calls to them. I send them no emails. I make no contact with them whatsoever. If they choose to tune into my show, they're making a conscious choice to listen to what's coming out of my mouth. They can't say that what's coming out of my mouth is harassment. I don't know how, and they say they have an attorney for a friend. I'm surprised the attorney didn't explain this to them. Or if she did, then the attorney might be culpable too. I have to find out if it was done by that attorney. I'm going to file if it was, I'm filing a complaint against that lady's license, because she knows damn well I haven't been around them. And she's the one that tried to help, steal Faith from Nina. So she doesn't mind lying under oath and doing dirty stuff, an attorney. So the 1,000 of people that are watching here, Chris and Katie violated the law. Well, I can't say Chris because that might be defamation, a civil violation, right? But Katie, if Katie's on my paperwork, I'm immediately filing suit against them, and I'm immediately filing an emergency injunction, because they're not going to bully me, and they're not going to take my rights away from me because they don't like my commentary. I've never met these people. I've never seen these people in real life. How can I possibly be harassing? But I am in their community, and I am looking in their community, which I have a right to do. So there is that, and I will continue to do what I'm doing, and we'll continue to go down this whole entire rabbit hole. Bring it. That's what I got to say. Bring it. So let's do this thing. They're wanting to dance. Let's dance, because I can tell you that they cannot prove anything. They've lied under oath. I know they've lied under oath. I can prove they've lied under oath, and I'm going after them for damages. Let those silver bracelets. I will willingly go to jail. I will smile in that camera, because I know by the end of it, they're already up Schitt's Creek as is for this whole stunt. Yeah, Smiley was saying the case on Sebastian is criminal. Yeah. You have done nothing. I haven't, and everybody's seen it. So hopefully the channels start coming out and condemning her for it. But you know what? She's a mother that has done terrible things. Her child was abused inside of her home. There's plenty of documentation to prove that. The only place Sebastian felt safe was at his father's house. And Chris and Katie are playing games and have unclean hands. They have unclean hands when it comes to their son, and they have unclean hands in this shenanigans that they're trying to do with me. And I can tell you, it will not stop what I'm doing. They can arrest me. They can do whatever they need to do to me. I have not broken zero laws in Tennessee. Zero. We're not talking about them coming after me for trespassing, which they could never do because it was on a utility pole, like I said before. But they're coming after me not for trespassing, for harassment. I haven't even spoke to these people. I literally drove their roads a total of 4 times. 4 times over a month ago. That's it. On their road, and I'm allowed to do that. I'm allowed to record in public places. There's nothing a judge can do about it. None. Because I've never said anything to her. I've never threatened the lady. I haven't even spoken with the lady. Never called her, never emailed her, never did anything. Never knocked on her doors, never knocked on her neighbor's doors. And the only time I ever got out of my car was to post a flyer. I didn't talk or bother anybody. So at the end of the day, Chris and Katie, you got yourselves in a lawsuit. And I will promise you, by the time this is all said and done, you're not going to have an order of protection on me. And God help you, you don't go to jail. And hopefully it's just fines and restitution. But we'll see. We'll see where this goes. Proudfoot versus Bullhorn Betty. I guarantee I'm going to win this shit. Hands down, win this shit. So, we'll see them in court. There is a video on a creator, Silver, on the scene that thinks Sebastian is buried somewhere. Then why aren't they suing him? He's actually digging in the earth for the son. I'm literally going to businesses asking them if they've seen Chris, Katie, or Sebastian. She deserves to be in jail for the rest of her life. Oh, trust me, she's working there. She's obviously losing her shit. So, I watched her live when Terry Bowersox was stalking you. We have it recorded. These people are freaking idiots. And not only that, but even them, they can only produce a video of me driving. I drove down the road, and as I was going to their house, I posted flyers, and then I think I drove you guys by it once, I think is really it. So, I mean, again, that does not constitute harassment, and Nick needs to get his facts together, because I don't break the law, and I've never broke the law, and I've never harassed anybody. So, again, smoke and mirrors, that's not going to win. You've got to literally prove, she literally can't even prove I've said 2 words to her, because I've never said 2 words to her. You should have gotten that SOB for stalking. I should have went down it, but it doesn't matter. I got it on video. Those things can be brought later. So, but we'll deal with it. I will tell you, I do not back away from stuff like this, and it's not going to intimidate me. Actually, they're probably reaching out to an attorney to talk to them, and probably finding out the same thing I'm saying here, that this was a really stupid thing to do. Katie asked us for help to find her son. Yeah. Get news for Chris and Katie. We are not going away. No, we're not. Nor do we have to. It's within our constitutional right to do this. She's an idiot. Yeah, well, we're going to deal with what we have to deal with, but on the 8th, she still has to go to court. They have not properly served me, so they're going to tell the judge that I had not been served, which I haven't. Again, I haven't seen any of the paperwork, you know. I have not been requested to come to court lawfully, okay? There's a process, and they have not done it lawfully. So one of 2 things are going to happen on the 8th. She's going to have to proffer her evidence for an extension of this protective order. And she's not going to have anything to proffer. If she shows videos, it's showing me on public property. You know, she's going to have to do more than just make statements. She's going to actually have to physically prove I have harassed her, which she cannot possibly do without fabricating information. How are you going to find out who took out the PO on you? Well, when they have to reserve it. They're going to have to reserve it if it's extended. You know? So, Katie said to look everywhere because she could be anywhere. Yeah. So, we'll see how all that goes. I'm not really too worried about it. You guys know I've never backed down, but I tell you what, let silver bracelets hit my hand. We'll bond myself out lickety-split, and I can tell you it's going to be a very, very, very bad day for them. Anyone watch your videos could see TV? Yes. So we'll make sure that that's all recorded, because I can clearly show that I was in that parking lot because I was eating dinner there. I was eating dinner at that restaurant. That's why I was there. I was going to post flyers and I was going to go eat. The cop pulled me over. Nothing happened. Again, we sat out there and talked. He even told me to go get a gun. Right there. It's all on his body camera. You know? So they can yeah, they're gonna have to deal with this. They've opened up a can of worms. I will tell you that. If it was my child missing, I would have never stopped looking for. She ran away from home. She ran away from home. I guess me talking about her on my channel and her running away from home is apparently harassment in her mind. How does Seth feel about this map? So he's upset that his son hasn't been found. You know, I think every single day it's getting a little harder and harder, you know, sitting around that house and wondering where his son is and knowing he hasn't heard from his son in all this time. And, you know, him trying to convince himself everything's going to be okay when it just doesn't seem like it is. You know, and the closer we're fighting and the closer we're getting, Chris and Katie are starting to act really, really sus. I mean, more sus than they've ever acted before. You know? They put more in an F for going after BHB. I know, right? I know. Well, she's gonna have to prove herself in a court of law, and so we'll see. We'll see how this judge acts, but I can't imagine her having anything remotely the threshold for harassment. There's just literally no possibility of that. None. Zero possibility of having any proof that rises to the level of harassment under the Tennessee law. I've made no phone calls, made no letters, made no emails, she's had no contact with me at all. None. Zero. So, Sebastian was born to the wrong mama. It is suspicious, all of it. Exactly. This is going to be backfire. This is going to backfire on the whole bunch of them. The whole bunch of them. So, but we'll deal with whatever we got to deal with. I'm going to let you guys go. I think you guys have heard my statement loud and clear. Everybody knows it's a lie because my life is on, it was live, especially when I was there. I was in Mississippi, so they can't say I was around their house, and they better prove if they say I was, because I can guarantee they can say it until the cows come home. Doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it true. I have never been around this lady. I have been around her house literally on one trip and one trip alone. Again, harassment, there has to be a pattern. There is no pattern here. There is none. I did my job in their area the very first time. I did my job in that area the second time. They can't say me going around and looking at things is harassment of them, because it's within my right to do so. I'm allowed to be on public property. I'm not looking for them, right? I'm looking for their son. So, we'll figure it out. But just pray for everything. Like I told everybody else, God's got this. It doesn't really matter. As you guys have seen for 3 years, the things that were supposed to destroy us has only made this channel bigger and badder and a better channel at the end of the day. So there's not really a whole lot they can do to me without breaking the law, because I don't break the law, and the only way they can possibly try to say it is by them lying under oath. So at the end of the day, we'll deal with whatever we have to deal with, but I can promise you, I can see a civil suit. There is going to be a Griffin versus Proudfoot civil suit coming their way very, very, very quickly. And at the end of the day, they are in National Center, so because of their son. So they are public people. This is a public case that has worldwide attention to it. So they have a heavier level threshold to deal with than, say, a private person. So they're not, again, their attorney should have talked to them about this if they should have been asked. But this was one of the stupidest things that I think they could have ever done, and any attorney would have literally told them that they may not want to do this, especially not having any contact with me, any phone calls with me, any letters from me, anything. You don't like my commentary, don't watch. Seems pretty simple. All right, rock it out with your coffee beans out. I will talk to you guys later. Do not worry about me. I'm going to be just fine. They can serve me wherever I'm at, but I can guarantee I'm not going to jail. And if I do go to jail, they're going to be in a lot of problems. They're going to have a lot of serious problems, and I will not stop until they are in jail for perjury. Period. So, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I follow the law. They have not followed the law. Therefore, they're the ones that are going to be ultimately, because trust me, this is all provable. Okay, it's not like this is, this is like TV where they can sneak around and do this. This is all literally provable. I can prove everything I've done, online, offline, everything. And trust me, my story is not going to change 50 million times when I tell the truth. It's going to be the same story, exactly the same way, each and every time. Why? Because it's the truth, not a lie. God bless. Rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't worry about me. Life is still going just fine, and I promise you I'm going to be sleeping just fine tonight. So we'll see you soon.